Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? I'm Kirk Berry, and welcome again to the Orange Mic. And it's been a crazy week. So much has happened, but we're here again, and I'm so happy to be here with a wonderful special guest with us here on the Orange Mic. And so much to be said for an introduction, but we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna make him do a lot of that on his own because there's so much that could be said. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rich Prince to the Orange Mic. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thanks for coming, brother.
Yes, sir.
Well, obviously, the introduction, I know there's so much could be said. It will take up the whole show. What do you want to tell the people of who you are and how they can, or what they can call you?
Just call me Rich Prince. You know,
Yep.
I'm a community guy.
Yep.
I've been in the community for a long time, doing multiple things.
Yeah, man.
Many industries, many genres, but I'm always available to talk, ask questions, and just say hi, man.
Yeah, man. Case in point is why you're here, man. This is great. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.
What we like to do here on the Orange Mic, we like to just kind of make it casual. We like to talk about real things, real issues, topics that we can come up with. And I like to really have a moment to have the guest really talk about what they're into and, you know, the things they're into, the things you're involved with, your organizations, your own visions of anything. Because I want people to see and hear and to know about great things that's happening all around them, but they just don't have their eyes closed, you know?
Yeah.
How about you give the people a little more insight about, you know, let's think about what you do. You mentioned about community guy. So I know what that means in a lot of ways, but some people have no idea because they look at community guy and they think it's just someone that just, you know, walks around and says, "Hi, community, how you doing?" and that's it. But there's so much that goes into that because without you, there is no community.
Yeah.
So there's so much facet you can go into, but let the people know a little bit about it.
Well, there's a lot of history and heritage here, and a lot of the people just, you know, living life too fast, don't pay attention to what's around them.
Okay.
There's a growing film industry happening here because there's a lot of film history as far as tying to a place like GM, modern day movie like Transformers. You know, they actually licensed and made the Transformers here in Oshawa. You know, just updating youth about such things, even the things that they watch, like all these Netflix Marvel movies, DC, they tie back into something called Camp X, you know, where they train spies here in 41. James Bond's story came out of here, you know. But besides all of the movie industry, there's a great music industry on the rise here. It's been rising about past 15-20 years in R&B, rap, soul, reggae, country, a lot of categories. So I've been involved in that, you know, helping artists develop, team working with them, sports as well. That's been here for a long time, but you know, basketball, hockey, more exposure, facilities being built, people getting scholarships. Outside of the automotive industry, there's other industries like art, fashion, you know, so I just took time in a little bit of all of these fields. Besides those industries, the essentials like community food banks, community really centers, because especially now, you know, people need that kind of thing. You know, seeing how I could better help people in need, and then work with people who are looking to help people in need. So a lot of that, food services, been involved in volunteering for homeless, the needy. So even my gear here I'm wearing, Welcome Home for Less.
Okay, so let's talk about it. It's a nice shirt and matching hat. I like it. So
very, very colorful.
Show the people. I like that.
Very colorful. I got the matching hat there. So non-profit organization. We have affordable homes. Some call tiny homes. Prefab. So don't have to build nails and all that. Put it together. It's constructed. It's put in piece, but it takes about 5 hours.
Are you serious?
To construct, assemble. So in Oshawa, there's a large like homeless population, and Durham region overall. So that's what I'm really trying to get. These homes pitched to the city because they have programs, money given down from the federal government to build these homes to deal with the homeless issues from here to Toronto, but starting here in Oshawa first. And if they go with the program, because they're looking for it, they're looking for somebody to do this. This company qualifies that I'm president of. So I'm trying my best to make that happen. So yeah, those are a few of the things out in the community. You'd say community guy to make things happen.
That is a lot of stuff you just mentioned, and I'm really interested in this organization. It's very, very good and well and needed. It's needed. Oh my gosh, it's such a crazy time, and sadly there are a lot of that they're not able to be in either their present home or be in a home to begin with. And life is making people have different turns, different directions. And this is a way that can help level the playing field for a lot of people. Isn't that correct? Level because affordable homes is like the newest next subject that a lot of people really don't know about it, and the zoning is not there yet. It is in certain places like Hamilton and such places have projects, but usually you have bigger houses. They try to make it bigger, townhouses and stuff. Like extensions.
So overall, besides these type of looking affordable homes, they have shipping containers and such. Outside of that, it's like trailer type or wheel mobile. So every area that would have these type of places have different zoning or permit to be there. So that's why there's not a lot of trailer parks or these type of places. You'd see them up north or far east, like in an area where it would be a large area, like almost a campground, right? But out in these type of areas, city type areas, Oshawa, Pickering, Ajax, you don't really have these communities of tiny homes, but they're needed now, and that's what the government's like trying to issue, because you have houses starting from 600,000, 7.
Oh my God.
To $1 million, $1.5 million, and that's like becoming the average out here, right? And
high
a lot
average.
of people don't have $1 million, $1.5 million, or even 700, or even half of that cash, or credit cards or whatever to purchase homes now. So there has to be other options.
God, my goodness.
So that's just one of the things that's pretty important that trying to push involved in right now.
That's really good. That's really good. I just realized that the other day I was actually watching some stuff on YouTube, and I was looking at different structure, like designs of like the trailers, freight trailers, whatever. To make actual designer homes.
Trailers, shipping containers. Trailers, and then some use, I guess, train. You could just style of cube.
It's interesting.
Or rectangular. You put that, and then you could put them on top of each other, side to side. You could construct, and then you could even put them side to side, top, and then hollow out the inside, so like you could have almost a mansion constructed with these things.
And
that's right.
What was interesting is how someone was explaining how it can be conducive to some areas in climates and
that's right,
around the world, and some places it's great. And then weather is a concern, moisture, certain things like that, but for the most part, it's like you do the right research, because there's a lot of things to do around it.
Customize
Customize outside and the inside, so that in
according
case
to environment.
And safety things such as grounding it in case of lightning strike, whatever. Because it's aluminum, right, for the most part. But there's things that can be lined on the inside and outside that changes that completely, and it becomes like a wall. You don't have to do so much drywall as much and supporting beams when you have like four.
The same four,
shipping.
four. Yes.
Side by side.
Yes. So it's multiple.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So all kind of
crazy.
options. So that's another world going on that I'm involved in and introduce people to. You got welcomehomeforless.com. You can find more about. And there's a start.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's open, of course. It's a website. Obviously, anyone can
you
go
can see
to
the
it.
page, so you could start there, get information. You could, see things and email and contact and learn.
What's that website again, just in case anybody missed it?
Welcomehomeforless.com.
Yeah, everybody got that?
Yeah.
Check it out.
See?
Make sure you see all that, and then check out. Look at this.
Welcome home from
check it out. See, you recognize the logos
Sheltering the unsheltered.
You know what's that orange in there? Yeah. Orange Mike, huh?
Yeah. Big up orange. Yeah. Teamwork. Yeah.
All work together. Like, look at that.
That's right. Teamwork.
Well, that's a beautiful endeavor, and I really hope everything that goes great for that, and expands across the whole city down to the downtown and out to the suburbs.
It'll happen. It's the thing.
It's a must.
Yeah, it is going to happen. It's already money issue, the need. So it's just a new thing that people just got to get used to.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like a very high-ended version of trailer parks.
Some would say that, but I wouldn't even want to come. Well, I don't know. Like, it's just, to me, it's just affordable living.
Yeah,
it's just you design it the way you want it. So
true.
But
people look at trailer parks as a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing at all.
It's just living. So it's just
a house.
So it's the whole thing. Yeah, that's it. But you have some when it's classified as trailer park. That's why it's all this classification with wheels. Some have wheels, some don't have wheels, some are off. So that's why this is you'd say under a different category because of the zoning as well. So tiny home would fit in, or
better word.
No. That's the actually categorization. So like you have house, and then you have tiny home, and tiny home fits under this categorization. That's why with the zoning, that's why you only have certain trailer parks, and you can't have a trailer park beside a house. Just different zoning, sense. Different issues. So that's why it's like underneath the category tiny homes and affordable homes.
With that being said, is there like the classification? What would be the square footage to help define the classification of tiny home?
So it's
like the most you can go
20 feet. It's like
20 feet by 20 feet, something or 40
or less. Yeah, it depends. It's customized, but mainly 20 by 8.5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's like standard, right? Because you even have built houses, even like like not too much bigger than that, tiny, that almost shed size, but because of how it's built, it falls under.
Honestly, there's some condos that might be smaller than that,
and they actually have sheds from I think it's Home Depot. That's like a house 2 levels. It's like you're looking out. So it's an interesting world. People do some research on it.
Okay, I hope everyone opens up their eyes and their minds to that type of classification in homes, because a lot of people, they're just so one-sided or one-dimensional, and they don't look at on the other side, and they think that everything else is unnecessary and then horrible, and they're like it's beneath them. Which is horrible.
Soon they'll be lining up for these homes.
So
with the way the world is now.
You better pay attention now.
So do your research.
Yes, do your research. That's crazy. I want to switch gears a little bit. You mentioned about all those things you're into, which is so much that makes you up, which is amazing. But the music side of things is a whole world in itself. So I know that there's some history, of course, with you doing music on the side of either the production side or the artist development side, and events and artist labeling, and doing an actual label for music and everything, and promoter. I can go on and on with a run at a time, but I know that there's so much that you've done. So we're going to touch on a little bit about what you want to say about the back back end of what you've done in music, your angles. Then we'll talk a little bit also about what you think about music now. So let's talk about what you've done in music already.
So professionally, I went to Academy of Design Technology about 2004. I studied entertainment business management. So that's when I started to take the more business side, professional, because I wanted to hear what the professionals had to say and compare my information. That was CBC building, downtown Toronto. Up top. But besides that, before that, as a youth and a child, I grew up in a house of music.
Nice.
Where you would have sound systems with the Jamaican background, the bass bins, and the milk crate. Right? And then Technique 1200s and the Radio Shack Realistic Mixer, you know, and when they're leaving to go to the dance, and don't touch my set. And I said, you know, I won't. No, sorry. I'm going to sleep. Actually, you gone? All right. Start play records, reggae, hip hop, and all that stuff. And then I used to be going to the parties when I was little, the only little kid out there serving drinks, soda, not alcohol.
Soda.
Thank you. Soda. And water. So water. In case you don't understand the Caribbean thing. And then break dancing. So I grew up an original B-boy, you know. And battling at school, battling in the park. So all these breakdance movies, you know, breaking and Crush Groove and all that. I actually, Beach Street, I lived these things.
Oh my gosh.
In Durham region.
Beach Street.
Yeah, Pickering, Scarborough, Toronto. I lived these things, you know. And it was around, the culture was strong. So grew up in that, going to the parties, house parties, people break battle. Rapping, but through the teens, there's only a few people serious. I was around in high school, Kevin, Chaos. A group called Pocket Dwellers with a producer in the band that was a DJ, Sheldon Moore, who's a producer now for all different type of artists. And there's a lot of rappers, R&B singers. So there's a lot of people. And then I guess I was at Anderson High at the time, started to take the music pretty serious. But I didn't know my place. But I was just, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I didn't rap. I just, break dance, a little DJ. But as far as business side, I didn't know where I really wanted to be, but I was always interested in all these aspects of it. I'll go to the recording studio with the artist, even if it was hours and hours. You know, I'm like, hold on, when are you going to finish the song? Like, when's the end part? Why you keep looping that part? So I had to learn about the whole process and sit there through recording sessions. Well, and then I'm like, you know, I'm making up my face and stuff. And what's wrong, Rich? And it's like, come over here. If you're going to be in this, you have to love it. It's like... Well, I just stayed and started to listen and started to love it until I just started to really love it. So recording aspect, working with the artist. So it's just learning different things, and instead of just being one-sided with it, and I just started going through everything I possibly could, listening to what the producer had to say, as opposed to myself. I wanted to listen to other people, producer, the DJ, just what made them, because I was like highly into sports, and you know, I think it was that Michael Jordan ring you got on.
Just one of them, you know what I mean? Just
So the highly competitive thing into sports. So whether it was into the sports with it, same thing with the music, you know. So, and then the mixing the two. So I had that same Michael Jordan thing, aggressively trying to learn the technique and master and get better, even though I wasn't like trying to be a professional at this. So what ended up happening is, it's like I started learning about all of it, like started taking all of it serious, not dropping any of it, and then keeping my hand on it. And then so you can't master all of these things, and you can. You just take one, master that one, then you go to the next one, master that one, master that one. No, you got to focus on the one thing. No, some people do have to focus on the one thing. Some people could focus on a variety of things, and that's kind of the way I took things in. So I realized it's like management, development. Then when I started to see different positions going up in learning, I found out where I fit. Because, you do this and you're doing that. Yeah, and I got to handle this and I got to do the advertisement. I got to make the... So what are you? You're management. Like, I thought you were kind of managing. It seemed like if I wasn't sure. Yeah. So different type of management. And I just started going into that direction, you know.
Okay.
But I took time to listen to everybody.
And that's key right there.
For what they do besides what I think or what I assumed. Yeah. And then, I got a chance to learn. Yeah, step by step.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I wish a lot of managers knew how to do all that stuff, because it would have helped a lot of artists over the years. Because they just do one or two things and they think they know it all, and then they act like they know it all. And then everyone gets into trouble somehow, and then they blame the artist.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of things, but that's what makes it great, because if you now have an insight on every facet, you can totally understand the levels where an artist needs to be and where they don't need to be.
Yes.
And all that kind of thing, and that's a beautiful thing to have.
Yeah, and one thing, it's learning that part of it and being involved in all that. Yeah. And then the next aspect is the business. Are you making an income from this? And how does the income work? And the payouts and all the ways of income, royalties,
contract.
And then your product and the paperwork and agreements. And so you really have to go start learning the business of it. Wow. So it wasn't just learning how things work. Then you have to learn the business that applies to those things.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the business, it's like, okay, you're just doing it for the art and the fun.
Yep, enjoy.
But if you say you're doing it for business, you have to learn how to make an income off of it. Yeah. So if you're not experienced at it and not doing research, you have to be around somebody experienced and take some lessons, either like internship, apprentice, partnership. Yeah. But you have to learn these lessons somehow, because if you go out and just do it yourself, you're going to pay the price. Right? And make mistakes, because if you don't know, and then the industry is constantly changing. It's not just some acoustic level, it's digital level, it's virtual, it's you can't just be virtual, you gotta be back to physical interactive. Some things are retro, there's records. Some people press records right now.
Yep.
In a time, and people used to say CDs, and what are you doing with that cassette tape? Like, it's things change all the time. Some people use the cassette tapes right now because it's retro. So you got to do research and pay attention to things and ask questions, you know.
It's funny, like when you say records and stuff, I have a lot of people like, what's records? What's records? Cassettes? What's that?
Exactly.
But when you actually hear something played on a good high-end cassette and on vinyl, you're like, oh, that sounds really good. I'm like, because it's the actual real sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That little slight crackling sound on that vinyl.
That's right.
Man, that's a unique sound. Can't get that anywhere.
That's right. And the quality of the sound too.
Yes.
Because the sound waves have changed. So if you only know this, and the digital, how are you gonna know acoustic or go acoustic to digital? And
you won't know.
You know the history of even good sound. If you're not doing research, you know, I see a lot in the past, like 10 years. So I wasn't born then, and like there's internet where you just go to type the date and keep going back and go further back and do the research. Like, well, I wasn't from then, so I don't know. That's
why you do the research.
You do research. Everything's history. Like, that's how you learn things, right?
Man.
And learn new things that you didn't know before that could help you in the present. Just because it's a past doesn't mean it's not good.
Right.
So
that's where the good stuff comes from.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then
so that leads me to the next point. Really, is now how we look at the world of music now, the genre, the direction, the overall messages that's being portrayed on people's music videos and their songs, their lyrics, their image, their lifestyle, all that stuff that comes with it. And then you can add on things as society stuff or what they deem as what they have to do to be noticed or keep up or whatever. Like, it's just so much happening in today's music. What do you think of the state of music today?
Well, music always kind of stays the same.
Yeah.
There's different genres, and it is what it is. It's the world around the music, right, that changes constantly.
Interesting.
So sometimes the music could reflect the world, or the music could help adjust the world.
Yeah.
But it's always about the music. So it's good music or bad music, or some people think the bad music is good and some think the good is bad, but it's always about that message and that vibe. And people know that vibe. That's why things, not just because people promote it in a way to become a hit, people feel a hit when they hear that.
That's true.
They feel that.
That's so true.
They'll let you know. So that's that constant thing about music. It has to come from that soul force, that originality. Some people could make up like as a team and construct music too, and the person could perform it well, but it's just all about even that soul. So it doesn't matter that it's written from somebody else. It's all about good music and that vibe and being on that kind of energy wave. So whether it's good, like meaning positive, saying positive things, music, or it could be wicked music saying the most negative, evil things, and people are dancing and saying hooray to it. But it has to be on that vibe because music, if you go lyric for lyric and get some kindergarten class to say that wouldn't be too good, or you can't say these things to little kids or teenagers, but it's said. And some consider it as good. You tell them this is not good.
Oh man,
they will disagree. Say, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You don't know nothing. Yo, because you're from the past. Like you don't know nothing good. So
you know, it's funny. I actually get the flip side of that sometimes too. From the same young people that are into today's music. They'll be like, instead of like saying it's good, they'll be like, "Oh my, our music today sucks," and they want to listen to what mom and dad listen to. They want to listen to some earlier 2000s. They want to listen to the 90s.
That's
definitely
right.
90s.
That's right.
90s
That's
is
right.
king.
That's right.
And they talk about they want to listen to more 80s or even 70s.
That's right.
Because that's what they can hear in the house.
Yes.
And that's also where some artists are sampling from too as well. So they're hearing stuff and they're actually drawing from that and be like, whoa, that sounds much better than what we're hearing now.
That's right.
You know, so
some tuning in.
It's exactly.
That's right. That's why I said some.
Some.
You know? So
definitely some.
Right. So that's I'm saying in majority you're seeing the top artists. Who are they and what do they talk about? Like try to get them not to talk about or having a product that doesn't come from here, like Colombia or something. You know? So try to get them not to talk about that to make a hit.
Yeah, and that's another their vocabulary. Like you just said, if you take away certain things and then say, okay, fine, I want you to write just a song, just one song about this topic. How about I don't know, world peace, or how about talk about love, like a true love, like you know, how about this one? This is what always throws them off. How about we talk about romance? They're like, what? Romance?
It really throws them off. So it's like I don't get
how do you spell romance?
They don't know that vibe, that energy. Because like we had like this great wave of I guess in black information, Black Lives Matter stuff. I've only heard very few with intellectual songs. You know, and the opportunity with all this attention. And then there's not one song put out there like a Nas song. Where I know I can be what I want to be,
and that's an iconic
song.
song.
Hard for it. You can be where you want to. You know, I don't hear any of these type of songs created when it comes to like knowledge and information. I was like, I said to that person, that's like one of Nas's greatest songs ever. Like, what are you talking about? Go listen to Nas's song.
There's so much
what's
more
in it.
They're missing.
You know, so I just say, you know, people, but some, like we're saying, are doing the research, and then, you know, like the ways of the past and incorporating the two. And so it's not giving up hope, but there's, I believe, more negative type of that music than there is positive. But there is some with the positive, so can't give up hope.
Nope, it's music. Can't give up on music, that's for sure. Because music always finds a way. I do realize that too from doing some music, research and just knowing history of music, understanding that every genre, every era, there is a wave of positive music that just kind of almost washes over the bad stuff.
That's right.
And like just or rises through all the bad.
Yes.
And then you're like, okay, yeah.
It's a Motown.
Yeah, there's still real music out there.
Yeah.
Man. Wow. So going forward now, do you think we talk about how not to give up on music and that there's still good music out there? Going forward, I somehow, correct me if I'm wrong, I sensed in what I hear with music, sometimes things happen new, and then there comes a point where music finds a way to, like, if it doesn't last the test of time, then like older and good music comes back. And then it just is like a new reinvention of a certain genre or something. Like, for example, the live music and the actual talented singers and rappers and and spoken word artists starting to come up a little bit. I'm sensing, because what was been out there for so long has been out there for so long, and it's like, okay, you had your run, we're over that now. So when someone comes up with something with, like, they're actually playing an instrument and they're actually singing, and it's real singing, they don't need the studio, you're like, oh, that's really good. Like, for example, an artist like her, she comes to mind. Maybe
dangerous.
I hear little stuff that's different, like Daniel Caesar, coming from out Durham side.
Yes,
sure. That he's not the mainstream, but he's a musician and he sounds different, but it's his sound, as opposed to what the studio can do. So what do you think about that? Like, I'm noticing real musicians, real artists is starting to make a comeback.
Oh yeah. So they're going their own independent kind of route, like opposed to going in the popular way, trying to win these awards and be on these shows and through all these interviews and such. They'll kind of pick and choose and do it the way that they want to do it, because they want to express their music the way that they want, and they don't want these different type of interviews or people twisting their words in different directions, and they just like to market themselves. Like to put out their message, right? Almost just controlling and focusing on the control of their own content, and even licensing of their content.
That reminds me of is it Chance the Rapper? Is he the one that has all his masters and everything? And I believe that's what it is. I think he mentioned that, and all he owns all that, so he's in control of that destiny, which is something everyone should be doing, I believe. Prince and Michael would stop trying to tell us that back in the days. They've been trying. They were trying to tell people, like, after a time, he said, we won't need the record label, the record companies anymore. Like, what do we need them for? After if we know how to do our own distribution, and we handle our own destiny, our masters and everything, and control our creative control, what do we need them for?
That's why these record labels try to put these people in these binding contracts that Prince wrote slave cross of his face. So with the internet, at first you had like things like Napster,
back
robbing people's music. That was when I was going to school. With it, and then he had, there's MySpace type of things where you had the opportunity to not necessarily earn too much, I believe, off of MySpace, but it was like a start. And then you had the YouTube type of things come out, and then they cut that in half, and then you have your music services, CD Baby and all these other things, and then now the Apple and the Spotify and whatever different ways you could and Amazon is like an Apple. So there's multiple ways that you could put your message out. You can even have your Instagram and do your little shows and stuff, little quick things. Me out here in my website, and or just you load a couple videos on Instagram, and then you say, I have a PayPal, and then and you take a little more instead of a little money, and so you can run your music business, can control your stuff the way that you want, and the way things are right now, you gotta kind of go virtual and perform, because I don't know where else you'll perform, and I'm gonna perform outside. Besides the weather, I don't think you'll be allowed to perform anywhere. So you pick your set, set up your cameras, start performing, and that means you actually have to be able to perform and have good music, because if people are watching in this time, Mr. Barry, what is the attention span of people, whether younger or older nowadays? What is the average attention span? Please give me an answer.
It seems like it's 5 to 10 seconds when they're scrolling.
So what's the average of a song?
Wow, a song with an average around like 3 minutes.
So how are they going to get through your song? So when it comes to streaming, your YouTube, to get that, what do you call it, monetization, to make that visual money. So I guess if you're not that type of performer, or have that pull, or you could talk, or you have fashion on, you have something going on, multiple things, I think people are just gonna turn that. What else is on?
Next one.
Next one.
Swipe.
Next one. Swipe.
Scroll up.
So all that hard work you did, your campaigning, my new song's coming on, and my videos, and people watching it. You just got like swiped. What do you say, 5 seconds ago? You could swipe in 2 seconds. A sec.
1, 2, next.
You know what I mean? It's just like, so what are you doing as an artist or a person to keep that attention span with people? And now, guess what? It's not just you. Everybody has to be online. It's not some going to perform and not online. No. Everybody has to be online.
Everybody.
It's like, there's only a few type of people working at McDonald's. Now, everybody's lining up to work at McDonald's and Timmy's.
Now's a good time to make a franchise of it.
Just like everybody. So it's the same thing with the music business, or fields and stuff. So what makes you special and so different from the next person? Because guess what? It's not just hearing their music anymore. They have to watch you now. Watch what type of person you are, and then go on your social media and see your lifestyle and how you say, I don't like you no more, and then you just lose a fan there, because now everything is watching. Everybody's watching everything all the time.
So the big bright lights on the stage, and the laser show and everything, the backup dancers, all that stuff, smoke screen, all that stuff.
The gimmick them gone. It's just you stripped down to nothing. Just you, and they're watching you.
Everything is gone. So now you have to show us your true identity and your realness. It's gonna be exposed.
Because some people, after they've done the song, they don't know what to say. And some people act like they could say things like all of a sudden them turn Oprah.
And they start talk foolishness.
And they start talk, hi my people, good morning everybody.
That's not all these. Don't talk to me like that.
It's like everybody's like this guru and all wise and stuff like that, And then people get a chance to see what you're about too, like the other interest in life. After the music lock off, what else do you do?
Some people are really interested if you even have a family life and enjoy it, and are you good at it? Because some people think that artists and performers and entertainers, they just wake up and they're doing a concert and then go right back to sleep. They have a life, they have a family. And some are good family people, and of course the other side, right? Now that's where it gets exposed too, good or the bad, and people relate to what they relate to, and some are really looking to see the good stuff and make it even worse. Most of the people are, I can't wait to see the bad things so they can just blast it and then cancel them and all that nonsense.
So because people love to use the social media and try to hide things and make it everything picture perfect.
Yeah.
And then some people just put everything online. And it's like, I remember Beyonce saying, like, every minute we move, everything has to be like shown and show everything we do and everything with our family. So when is that normal? Like, why am I doing that?
Why?
Like this new have to know every move. That was like the Facebook thing, you know. Everybody say, I'm going to the washroom, I'm coming back. I'm going to the kitchen to make a snack. I'm going to the store, I'll be back. And type every 2 minutes and going, I'm going away on vacation, and yet nobody's going to be at the house. It's going to be completely empty. And so what?
Really?
So all the thief, the social cyber thief, just monitor these things and say, what? Sally's gone?
Yeah, okay.
For 2 weeks?
Where you live?
No. You got that address, everything, because they post everything online.
It's already
and
there.
Selfies, everything. So they got all the information and just, you know, that one gone 2 weeks, that one gone 3 weeks.
They come back.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, you know, now them Uber, the thing, and that Thief, was it the new one? Was it the PS? The PS5? They have this drop off something now, and people are timed that. They're dropping off right now. And they have the headset.
I heard
and then the people go pick up scoop. I hear people are cuss online. You man, you know what I pay? I hate you. Like, who you gonna blame?
Idiot. No, you doing bad.
Yeah, you don't go, I'm just ordering online. Look at me. This is a cool new way, and now you now have it. You take your money and your something. Instead, you go get it yourself.
Yeah. I bet you should have done it. Maybe you can go pick it up from the store.
Yeah, you go pick it up at the store. No, I'm modern now. I'm George Jetson.
You wanted to come back to the front
futuristic. I'm Futurama.
I'll pick it up when I get back home from work.
Yeah, that's right. It was going to be there. I'm going to get home and my PS5 is going to be right there, man. Like, so,
I know it's there. They took a picture of it and
you
sent it to me.
And you said, where's my... And we dropped it off.
We sent you a picture at this time. Did you not see it?
Yeah.
It was there.
Yeah, it was there.
It's
God,
gone
no. Yeah, man, the
Facebook
future.
Marketplace being sold for twice the money.
We are gonna call. We are gonna sue.
Ghostbusters not around no more.
That's right. So there's ups and downs things, but you know, technology could be a thing.
Yep.
So it's interesting, like this future and how things work. So I guess you just gotta like be aware. Don't trust everything.
Yeah. That's how it is, man.
Do research.
Well, we definitely know that we're going to be making different changes with our, how we do music going forward. I know that until we get back to actually performing some,
I haven't seen.
Crowds.
There's like, is there still? I think was last month I saw a little live performance, but I think all that's like cut now. Like as of right now?
They're just dropping numbers down like crazy. They're trying to make it for time.
10 people in that
Something
space?
like that.
So if you have a restaurant or a bar that holds 500 people, you can only have 10
at a time.
So much drinks you serve in.
And they have to be
serving food. How much money I really make?
Not much.
And I know the light bill.
Yep.
You're running all.
Yeah, it doesn't add up, man. So, they have to sell more.
How much hot dog you gotta sell in your nightclub? And your curry chicken in a truck outside. Patties. Hey, we have patties. Come in.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Nope. You have to do something different, man. I don't know, man. This stuff gotta fix up. That's all. We gotta get back to living, man.
Well, 7 months in, people wish you would fix up. And I'm looking at my wallet like, I hope it's gonna fix up soon.
Don't worry, it better fix up. But it'll be good for business for you because they're all gonna come to you and get their tiny homes. And hey, remember the logo? Call them, check the website, and keep it close.
Home for that?
Yeah, man.
Oh no, I'm just joking.
No,
that's a reality, man. But I have to laugh, man.
What else you gonna do? We have to laugh.
I ain't going crazy.
No.
So I just laugh it off, even it's reality, you know?
Yep. Yeah, man. This has been a great show, man. I really appreciate you being here, man.
Give thanks. I appreciate the invite,
It's such a good time.
Yeah.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wonderful show here with Rich Prince. Make sure that you check out all the websites and the contact information that we're going to be putting on below. There's the video when we post it, and we want to make sure that everyone checks it out, open your mind and your eyes and just do some research and know that there's an industry that's it's growing and it's needed, and maybe it's not for you. That's fine. You can share it and send it to people and promote it. It's free for you to do that. Okay, this is what we want to do on the show. Want to make sure that we broadcast other people's brands, and that you get to know about it, and then you get to also spread the love. All right. So thank you once again. This is Rich Prince, and I'm Kirk Berry. Thank you again for watching The Orange Mic.
Thank you.
Take care.